All right, guys, Fula coming to you with another video. I hope all is well with y'all. Um, so I kind of wanted to do a little bit of something about that welterweight division. There's some interesting happenings, I guess you can say. Um, you know, what never ceases to amaze me is when people are a fan of a certain nationality of fighter, people are a fan of a certain ethnicity of a fighter, and their fanboyism basically overweighs their logic. You know, it overweighs their common sense. It overweighs their um their ability to reconcile with the fact that, hey, your dude's a duck, or hey, your dude is basic, or hey, your dude would get hurt if he fought certain guys, right? So first, I want to start with, and I by no means do not like um, Mauricio Suleiman. I think Mauricio Suleiman is corrupted. I think Mauricio Suleiman is a mobster. Me personally, that's just my personal beliefs, right? Especially what he's doing to Devin Haney and the like thereof. That's my beliefs, right? So, um, it did come out that uh, it did come out that um, Virgil Ortiz actually turned down a WBC title eliminator. Now, let's be honest, though. There is no guarantee that he would get a crack at the title after that title eliminator. You know, especially when you're dealing with the WBC. No guarantees are available for that. So let's put that out there. Okay, rule number one, we gotta understand that the WBC, we know how they move, we know how they operate, and there may not even be a title eliminator. There may not even be a title available for them. Now though, Virgil Ortiz actually decided that he wanted to fight the lower opposition though, however. He I don't know who he's fighting actually, but what I do know is that the guy, the David Adesanya guy, would have been a tough touch for the simple fact that, that dude actually gave that girl, that guy actually gave Josh Kelly the work, actually stopped Josh Kelly. And for those of you guys who don't know who Josh Kelly is, he's this one Euro dude, and he had the nerve to even call himself Pretty Boy because he tried to fight with like these reflexes, fight with his hands down. Um, he tried to fight with um, his his hands down, try to fight with quick reflexes, but at the end of it, he actually got beat pretty badly. You know, he was beaten to a bloody pulp. And eventually he was stopped. I don't know if the blood happened from a headbutt or something, but yeah, he would try to fight with his hands down and stuff like that. And then what happened is, they cut the ring off. David cut the ring off, and that was that. Um, Now, uh, um, with that being said, my question is, why wouldn't you want to possibly be in the higher rankings? Um, why wouldn't you want to be in the higher rankings versus just fighting something that means nothing. I'm watching the highlights right now of this David Adesanya guy, Avansanian, or whatever his name is. And he's a very much come forward type of guy, but he can switch stances. But the thing is that I don't get is that at the beginning of the fight, even Josh Kelly was on round one. He was in Philly shell mode. Like, why would you do that in round one and you don't even know his timing or anything like that? You know, like the, you know, these guys, bro. Like these UK guys, man. I'm gonna be honest too with Conor Ben, bro. The moment he touches down and fights like even a halfway decent U.S. welterweight, it's a wrap for that dude too. Trust me. But anyhow, so yes, we can call the Virgil Ortiz a duck, you know, because here's a guy who will obviously be a tougher opposition, and he decided that he doesn't want to fight him. Now, there is some other welterweight happenings that I found quite interesting, and I'm kind of beginning to question something. Terrence Crawford has came out and said if he cannot get the Spence fight, he would like to move up to 154, and he would get the winner of Charlo Castano. That's what he said. He said, you know, if I can't get the Spence fight, I want to get the Charlo Castano winner. That's what was the that's what was the words. But I guess since these are in-house fights, these are all in-house fights, right? The Castano fight is in-house pretty much. The Ugas Spence fight is in-house. And so after that fight, logically the Keith Thurman versus Spencer Ugas fight would be in-house. So I believe that would be the next fight, although a Terrence Crawford and Keith Thurman fight could happen due to the simple fact that Terrence Crawford is a network free agent. But I don't think Keith Thurman really fancies fighting Terrence Crawford. But I have a question for Terrence Crawford. Are you going to move to 154 and, you know, just completely ignore Jaron Ennis? I mean, he has a fight on April 9th, provided he is successful in that fight. Why don't you fight him in the summer? I mean, your fans seem to think that you can beat him and that you would be too much for him. Like, so why don't you show your fans? Why don't you show your fans that you will be too much for Jaron Ennis? Why not? Why not do that? You know, it's not a hard fight to make either. So just make the fight. You basically I mean, I don't know how many options you have. So I believe that you should take the fight with Jaron Ennis. Otherwise, moving up to 154, and granted, he would be a very blown up 154. Because me personally, I just think this is just me, my thoughts. Uh, that he's a blown up 147. That's just me personally. You know, I could be wrong, but I just believe that at 147 he's just kind of blown up as well. Uh, Truthfully speaking, even Floyd was kind of like a blown up 154 pounder. You know, and that would definitely be the case with Terrence Crawford. You know. So you know, with this being said, you know, I just believe that these dudes don't want to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. I believe that, you know, Jerron Boots Ennis, he's just gonna be, you know, he's just gonna unfortunately get the I hate to say it, but he'll be with those he'll be with the you know, the David Morrells. He'll be with the Andres and the Devin Haney's. You know, he'll be with those, amongst those groups. He'll be one of the guys who, you know, unfortunately will get these criticisms for you know, trying to fight the best guys, but not being able to fight the best guys, and fighting guys that he can only get to fight him, which are probably not the best guys, but guys who are trying to feed their families and not necessarily are going to be grossly overmatched. You know what I mean? With that being said, yeah, man, we're gonna wait and see what happens. We're gonna see if Castillo Clayton will provide that challenge that Jerron Ennis is looking for, and if he does, he does, and if he doesn't, you know, it just shows that how great Jerron Ennis really is, man. That's what it shows, and it will also show how underrated Jerron Ennis really is. But with that being said, Fool is signing out. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. I'm Ja Rama.